Good morning, everyone. Colin here from the Authentic Hustle Live. I'm here with my co-host, Kelly Kennedy, and Vijayan Swaminathan is taking the day off. He's taking the day to refresh and reboot and come back all hands on deck next week. Anyway, welcome to the Authentic Hustle Live. We're really excited about today. Kelly has some really great news about something that's happened. Another trophy to put on the shelf, per se. Kelly, you could just start with that.
Yeah, wow. So woke up this morning, and after a lot of hustle, there was a lot of authentic hustling, trying to get votes and stuff for the Signal Awards for the Business Development Podcast. We didn't get listener's choice, which, I wanted, but obviously, it was an uphill battle from the beginning. We were really up against some pretty big network shows, and we just don't have that ad budget. We're just a little old business development podcast. So, we tried hard, but we ended up, I think, coming in fourth for Listener's Choice, which was still incredible. We were the only Canadian show and the only independent podcast at all in the business category. So that was pretty rad. But we woke up this morning and we did win bronze in the main award. So we do have a bronze Signal Award to, like Colin said, add to the trophy case. So excited about that. And it's been a good morning, Colin.
And you know what? I know we were talking earlier, about gold, silver, bronze. Really, I don't know who it was. It was an Olympian a few years ago. I think it was Winter Olympics, and somebody wouldn't go onto the podium because they got bronze.
Wow.
And the next person said, "Well, I will." and if it only happened that way, but I think any time, regardless of where you are on that podium, you're on the podium. So congratulations. Like that. It's an amazing feat to even be in the realm of those people that are winning or nominated or running. It was amazing. Like, man, you got to check it, like who you're on there with. And next year it's just progressive, right? Is next year you move up the rung or you move up on the podium. And
Yeah. I think, I think you're on point with that. I've always struggled. I'm such I want the gold, man.
You're a bad loser.
I am a bad loser. Don't get me wrong. You're absolutely right. It's an honor to be up there with some of these incredibly huge shows. But on the other hand, it's damn it, I wanted that gold. But talk about that drive, because, the reality is, if I look at the BDP, we're celebrating our third year this year. Man. We're not even 3 years old yet. And I actually had one of our listeners reach out this morning and congratulate me on a perfect streak, because we've actually won an award every single year so far. So this is our third year of winning awards, which is pretty cool. We got the Quill Award in our very first year. We ended up winning a W3 award last year. We got the Signal Award this year. Maybe we'll get a Webby next year. I don't know. We're working on it. But the point is that I should just be incredibly happy, because there's not a lot of shows, I think, that can say that they've won awards every year they've been in operation, and they're only 3 years old. I don't know when you look at the big picture, but when you myopic it to who I am and what I want to achieve and what I want to accomplish, I do sometimes find myself feeling, and maybe that's the topic today. Maybe this is it. This is what we needed to talk about.
Sure.
Is that you can be very far ahead and still wish you were further ahead. I think so many business owners feel that way, where it's oh my gosh, why am I not achieving this insane level of success that I want to achieve? And yet they might only be 2 years into their business, right?
But you know what? But what if you're going for that Michelin star, or you're going for that award in your, in your restaurant, and you get it? Then what? Well, then you just go back for more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened the day after you win the Stanley Cup? Right.
You
or
start
the Super
over.
Bowl. Right. Well, the coach usually gets fired, even if they won. I'm not sure why. It's
my goodness, you should have won faster.
You've only won 6 in a row. Right? The team doesn't like you. But if you think about it, is I think progressively that's why we do what we do every day, right?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship. Doesn't matter how good we do or what level we
Yeah.
get to, the celebration's short,
It is.
right? And you know, like even for you today, it's and I know you, you know, it's like when you win, you know, the Quill Awards or that type of thing, and then the next day is just the next day,
Yeah.
right?
It
And
really
that's
is.
what we do.
Yeah.
Innately, that's who we are as people. And every win, every sale, every victory just leads to another one.
Yeah.
And I think if we didn't do that, we would just sit back and get run over.
Well, totally,
Right.
totally, right? Like if you look at progress, and actually I used Apple as a really great
Right.
example in today's show when I was talking about how we have to learn to embrace change. Like
Right.
we really have to kill our own best products. And Apple is just such a great example to go to. And I can't remember, I was listening to a podcast once and they were talking about Apple and they were talking about how when Apple released the iPhone way back in 2007, iPod was like a multi-billion-dollar product. It was their best selling thing. It was outselling MacBooks. It was outselling
Yeah.
everything. And when they released the iPhone, they absolutely knew that it would destroy iPod. And let's get real, it was gone like the next year. Like
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
is no iPod. You cannot buy an iPod anymore. You have to buy an iPhone. And they knew at that time that that was going to happen. And can you imagine the talks in the boardroom saying, well, no one else has this fancy phone thing yet. Why don't we just wait? Why don't we just wait and get like 3 or 4 more years of iPod sales? But they knew if they waited, somebody would beat them to it. And when someone beat them to it, they would lose their choice. When they chose to release iPhone, it was their choice. If they would have waited until Samsung did
Mm.
it, instead, it would have been survival.
Yeah. Yeah. And what you're doing is always chasing, right? You're always chasing. And that's a great lesson actually for me today, just in my current business. Looking at we throw the word innovation around pretty loosely. Um, and then are we really innovating?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Are we looking at what we're currently doing and saying, you know what, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to move on, even though it's great, what
Yeah,
we find to be the leader in the marketplace. Who's coming up behind us? Who's coming up
sure.
beside us? Who's ready to steamroll right over us? Sometimes we think we're so good we don't even see that happening, and we have to be aware of that. And that's why I think when you win an award, I'll use it this way. So let's say you win the gold, and then you just walk around holding that gold medal forever or that first place ribbon. Meanwhile, somebody's training and innovating and coming up behind you, and they just steamroll you, and then you're
Yeah,
like you're a has been, right? It's
yeah.
like, oh wow, like so. I'll give you a great example. I was in Dallas a few years ago. I think it was 2017, and we got into the cab. This is a true story, and we get in this minivan, and there's a few people with me. We're going to a conference, and the one guy looks at the driver and says, "I recognize you from somewhere." No, no shit. That the guy says, "Yeah, I ran for Team USA in the 400-meter relay in the in like the '84 Olympics or something."
Wow.
And you know what? I'm like, wow, like at first I'm like, "Okay, can we get a picture with the guy that won once in 1980?" Or he didn't win, he was on the team.
Yeah,
And then I was sad for him. I'm like, and now he's, you know, not to dumb it down, but now he's driving cab, you know, in Dallas, Texas, for a bunch of guys going to a waste connections conference.
yeah,
And so there you go, right? Like your feather in your cap could be, I was on the Olympic team. What happened? What happened between then and now? And we're no different, right?
yeah,
No
yeah,
downplay on that person,
yeah,
but that could happen to me if I don't watch what I'm doing today and tomorrow and the next day. That could be me, right?
yeah,
20 years later, it's like, well, what happened to Harms? Well, look at him now. He didn't see, he wasn't aware of his surroundings. He didn't know what was going on, and he just got steamrolled,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Well, and I think like that's the way that I've always looked at it. Even when we won the Quill Award, right? We didn't just stop. We just we
Yeah,
just
you
doubled
can't.
down. We just worked
Yeah.
harder, right? Like
Yep.
at the end of the day, you have to get recognized for what you do in one way or another. So, like, it's pretty hard to do something endlessly
Mhm.
and not get some type of recognition for your hard work. So, like, awards are incredible for that. They feel great, but it's so short lived. Like, I mean, even this morning, it's like, yay, we won another award. Like, it's amazing. I'm excited about it. But it doesn't negate the
So
fact that I still need to release 2 shows a week for the foreseeable future.
so
to keep
well, let me ask you this. What is more important in business, let's say BD, business development? Is it an award or is it a Google review?
Oh, probably a Google review. Mind you, it does
Right?
depend on the award, because if you can use
True.
that award,
True.
it could help you.
True.
But over time, your Google reviews, what people are saying about you,
Those are
and
trophies.
maybe that's also why an award is good, because it's what the world is saying about you, or a board of
Right.
something is saying about you, right? So there's still valuable. There's still a lot of value in that award. But at the same time, you're absolutely right. It's like, what are your customers saying about you? What are people saying about you when you're not in the room? Are they telling their
Right.
friends? Are they telling their family? Are they telling their coworkers? Like, me and you had a great conversation once asking who the best salespeople are. Me and you both came to the conclusion the best salespeople are other people, are people talking about your products and
True.
services to other people.
That's
Like,
right.
there is no better salesperson than your customer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. And so hurtful at the same time, because if you let's use an award that people have to vote, right? They have to take their time out and go and vote, log in, do whatever they have to do, create an account. That takes substance, and some people just won't do it, no matter what,
Sure.
no matter how
Yeah.
hard you promote it. So
100%.
maybe that award is worth that much more, or that award is like having 1,000 Google reviews, good ones,
Yeah.
all at once,
Yeah.
right? Depending how we
Yeah.
look, it's all perspective. But I think it's we need to look at it in that vein, right? Like, are we going for an award, or? And I know you've spoken on it, and you've had a few episodes on it about reviews, right?
Yeah.
And reading your reviews and why that's so important, and getting that out there. So they kind of go hand in hand. Like, I've never thought of it that way, but an award and a review really go hand in hand, and
Yeah.
need to be, as a business, I think you need to advertise that. Like, even you getting that one, the bronze today needs, and I know you've put it out there already. It needs to be out there. People need to see that. That's the recognition that people will buy into.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting, right? What's your biggest job as a business, as a marketer, as somebody
Yeah.
in business development? It's to build interest in what you do. So all of those tools build interest, build intrigue. And not only did I post that award, I posted it to about 20 different groups this morning.
Mhm.
Why? Because there's people in those groups who will see that award and be like, oh, maybe we should listen to that business
Yeah.
development podcast.
True.
They're winning awards, right? And so at the end of the day, I'm always looking to business develop, even when it's my own podcast, right? It's like, how
Right.
do you business develop the podcast? Well, whenever you get some type of recognition, whether it's showing up on a chart, whether it's showing up high on some type of list, or whether it's winning an annual award, you got to talk about it.
Right.
You got to shout that stuff from the rooftops, because how often does that happen? I can only win an award, a Signal award once per year. I might be able to win a different award, but I can only win a Signal once per
Mhm.
year. I can only win a W3 once per year. The Quill Awards once per year. If you win those things, you got to start talking about it. You got to shout it, because it's not coming back for another year, and you might not win next time.
True, true. And you know what? I'm not an athlete that way, but if you're a marathon runner, you don't just run one a year, right? It's until the next one, until the next one, until the
Yeah.
next one. Statistics aren't one, right? Not singular, right? You can't have a I guess that is a statistic. He won once. Um, but to me, it's not a good statistic.
Yeah.
He won, and
Yes,
then that was it.
you want this thing called a track record wherever possible.
That's better. Yeah, track record's better than statistics. But it's so true, right? And even if we're developing business or whatever, however we're doing our job or whatever that may be, I think that's very, very important, right? Is you're developing or you're growing, building statistics, that type of thing. I think all of this meshes in pretty good with what's going on today in your world or my world, and we chatted earlier about it too, and I think it really ties in. I think I can tie it in now is to having that good attitude, right? Regardless of what's happening,
Yeah.
regardless if, I'll say it to you, if whether you got the gold, the silver, or the bronze, right? Your attitude should be the same for the rest of your day, regardless of which level you hit. You hit podium. You podiumed. Is that a word? Podiumed?
Sure. We're going to use it. Yeah. You didn't you watch the Formula 1 movie? What did
I
they
did.
say?
I did 3 times.
Man, I still haven't gotten around to it, but I really need to.
So good. So
See, here's
good.
the thing, Colin. Days of Thunder is the best racing movie of all time, and I'm a little bit afraid to watch Formula 1 and because I might like it more than Days of Thunder. And that
Well,
would
the
just be,
technology, for
you know, what I mean,
sure
that,
you will.
that would just wreck my outlook on
Right.
life, you see.
What was the one with Ricky Bobby?
Oh, Talladega Nights.
Talladega
Oh my
Nights.
gosh. Ricky Bobby.
We were talking about that one over Thanksgiving. It came up.
See, Colin, here's the thing. If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's why I'm not excited today. I'm not first, so I'm not.
See? And that's so you should be excited though. So.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I love Talladega Nights. Shout out if you love Talladega Nights. Probably like one of the funniest movies of all time. My goodness.
We brought it up on the weekend over Thanksgiving here, Canadian Thanksgiving, and we had so many laughs over different parts of it. And it made me want to go watch it. I still haven't again,
Yeah.
but we did watch Formula 1 again.
Okay, I bet you did. Oh my gosh. Like what are your like movie traditions in your house? Do you have any like movie traditions?
We do. Really, really
Okay, what
weird.
are they?
Christmas morning, we watch Daddy's Home 2.
Okay.
And my one daughter really loves it, and
Yeah.
it's just part of a tradition now. We've been watching that. Christmas ones, of course, right?
Yeah.
The Modern Day Grinch, that's one that it's a staple in our house. And now I think Formula 1 is going to be a
That's
tradition.
a new one. That's a new Thanksgiving tradition.
Well, the weird part was I went to see it in the theater just with a buddy. And then I told my wife how great it was, thinking she wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why she never went to the theater. And then I said, you know what? Like, instead of going to the theater, like for $25, we can buy it and own it. Like, who owns movies anymore? Right. So I just clicked on.
You know what we do, because we're avid renters to this day. So what it sucks because you hop on Amazon and you look and it's like, rent this movie for $25 or buy it for $30. So I totally get where you're coming from. Like, damn it, Amazon.
So I said, either we spend $100 at the Cineplex or we spend 25. And then my kids, I mean, they're adults. They were talking about it. Have you seen it yet? And I'm like, actually, we own it. And so I said, why don't you watch it? Right. Just log in and take it. So that's what we did. You know what I have to do? I have to plug my computer in. That's the one thing I didn't do.
Okay.
So
well, while you're doing
I'm not leaving. I'm just going to let you say something.
Okay. No, that's fine. Okay. I feel like now I have to reveal my movie traditions in our house. So for us, obviously Elf, Christmas tradition. Shelby's dad always comes over and we watch it as a family. So Elf is a big one at Christmas time. The other one that you might find funny, Colin, is Die Hard. Okay. So Die Hard is a Christmas tradition. I don't know if you can hear me, but Die Hard is a Christmas tradition inside the Kennedy household. We pretty much watch Die Hard as a family every single Christmas. And yes, to everybody listening, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, probably one of the best Christmas movies of all time, and especially with Bruce Willis here struggling a little bit in his personal life. He may, who knows how long he'll be with us. Just love Bruce Willis as an actor. And so Die Hard has always been, a staple in our house. I'm not sure if Colin is hearing any of this.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay, cool. Did you hear my spiel about Die Hard?
I did. And it's one we've watched over and over and over.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of this past Christmas, there was a new movie came out. It's an airport one. Guy kind of takes hostages. Did you see it?
No, I don't think so.
I'll know for the next episode. It was really good.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that because I can't even tell you anymore.
Oh yeah,
It's
we
going to
watch
end
them
up being
back to
like a
back.
Die Hard. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, like we watch them back to back. We started Die Hard 1. I mean,
Yeah.
we stop at the new ones. I think we watch
Right.
like the first 3
Yeah.
cuz let's get real. Those are the real Die Hards. They're the good ones. But yeah, the boys know it. The boys know it, and we do try to have like some fun traditions like that
Right.
in our house. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to take this back here, for the last 10 minutes. I do want to kind
Sure.
of take it back to consistency and positivity because obviously we were talking about today's a pretty big day, but it's just another day, right?
Yeah.
And you really kind of talked about that as well. And I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong, maybe I'm doing it right, but I ultimately I'm excited about winning awards. I am.
And you should
But
be.
but you said it. It's just another day, right? It's just another day. Like if I was to stop tomorrow, what does it matter?
Yeah.
What does it matter? And that's the same for all of you in business too, right? It's like take your moments, have your moments, but and this is I think why maybe we suck at celebrating wins as business owners. I think we genuinely do. And it's because it's like that's great. What's next? Like you can't stop looking at what's next. You can't stop innovating. And frankly, that's only getting faster, right? With the
Yep.
advent of AI,
Yeah.
like you can't sit around and with your thumbs twiddling and just hope that the world will do good things for you. It's like the world is going to advance so fast in the next 4 or 5 years that unless you're constantly looking for what's next, innovating, trying to find a better way to do things, trying to find a better way to be more efficient, somebody else is going to beat you. There's no
Mhm.
two ways about it.
So I was chatting with somebody about that as well. I think AI has a really good way of scaring people, because what do we constantly see in our feeds is AI is going to deplete these 4,000 jobs, or aren't they going, or maybe it won't. Um, One of the things I'm really trying to be cognizant of is, as you were touching on, is so we just ended our fiscal year for the one business, end of September. And I like what you said is, are we taking time to celebrate? We're not, because we immediately go, what are we going to do to beat it next year? What are we going to do to, smooth the edges, round the edges, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, as opposed to saying, wow, geez, we really did, regardless, here's where we got, let's celebrate it, regardless of what the situation is. And maybe stay in that moment for a bit. But then we click online, which everybody does, even if they say they don't.
Yeah.
I got to speak to that too. But then it's like, okay, go, go, go. Tomorrow we have to hit the ground running. I do have to say this. If I see one more person post on social media that they're going off social media and they just wanted everyone to know, why are you posting it? Just go.
Yeah.
Kelly, just so you know, this is the last time you're going to see me. I'm sick of all this. I'm sick of reading all this, but I'm actually posting it here so you can read it when I'm gone.
Well, it is funny because you do live by that, and Colin will just vanish. and I'm literally like, dude, where are you? Are you okay? I feel like I've had to do that like 3 or 4 times with you because you will just like vanish from the face of the planet and won't tell anybody. And he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm in the mountains. I'm just enjoying, a little break away from things. It's like, dude, tell somebody. We're worried about you.
Yeah. You weren't there. And that's true.
Daddy Kelly's worried.
He needs to know. But you know what you'll never see me do is go, yeah, I'm out. I'm so tired of this.
I know.
That so much so that I'm going to post about it. Right?
Let's see how many people support this post.
Yeah. And then the funny thing is, a month later, they're like, well, I'm back. I know you were always there. You were just hiding and not acting like you weren't there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, at this point, I just feel like social media is just part of our lives. And I agree. It's like, if you're not there for a little bit, don't be there for a little bit. Just don't be there. Like, no big deal. Nobody's forcing you to be there, right? It's our own crazy addictions that are keeping us in this mess.
I bet a friend of mine, I'll just put it this way, it doesn't matter. When the NDP won in Alberta, however many years ago that was, he was so distraught. He just went off everything. And I said, you're not going to stay off everything, because he was getting in these battles that weren't good.
Yeah.
And I bet him $5,000 he wouldn't stay off social media for 10 years. And so about 4 years in, he wasn't I didn't see anything, didn't see any movement. I think 4 or 5 years in, his wife posted a picture of him. He had got his pilot's license,
Yeah.
and so I snapshot sent it to him, and I said, "You're on social media." "That's not what I meant." And I said, "Well,
It wasn't me, I swear.
yeah." He's like, "I didn't post that." I said, "Well, the wording was legally if you were on social media, so you're on." And it's gone on years. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh.
I don't know if he
Yeah.
owes me or I owe him, but I thought it was a good story, and
Yeah.
I've never paid, so
One of the questions that kind of has me asking, how stupid is it to argue with somebody on the internet?
oh, it's
I feel
a
like we need
race
to
to the
talk about
bottom.
that. Well, totally. Who wins? How do you win? You can't
Nobody.
win that fight.
What makes you feel like you won? What makes you
Yeah.
feel better? Like who gets the last word,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, not to mention, it's like, do you ever really win an argument? Well, first off, do you ever really win an argument,
yeah.
period? And second off, do you ever really win an argument on the internet?
So
Definitely not.
so here's a good one. I and I love social media. I think it's good for me. I seen a guy posted
I
some.
think it's good for me. I don't
there's
know.
a some site I follow. It's like, I don't know, Lethbridge Roads or whatever. And some guy posts truck truck upside down in the Meridian. And then I'm just the next guy says, "Well, that's a stupid post. Like, are you telling us there's a truck upside down, or you flipped your truck upside down?"
Are
And
you sure this is in your truck? I could have sworn I saw you in that truck last week.
and I'm just laughing. I'm like, here we go. Like, there's never a moment where somebody, like, obviously he saw a truck flipped upside down, but then
Yeah.
you have to take it to the next step, right? And I'm just like, that's the world we live in. But
Oh
you're
my
right.
gosh.
It's
Yeah.
how far do we go down the hole, right, before everyone's at the bottom, or
Yeah.
or do you just laugh and move on? So one thing I've done vicariously is, and I don't know who, maybe I was complaining one day about something and someone said, "Well, just don't follow that." Oh, that's a great idea, because then I won't see it. And so I just started doing that, and
Yeah.
then I'm not shy. I'll tell you what. And then after a while, it pops in my head, and I'm like, "Whew, I wonder what's going on." Follow,
Yeah, that looks interesting.
yeah, and then I go back. I'm right back in there.
My
Right.
gosh,
So
it's like living in Edmonton. Obviously, there's the Highway 2 corridor,
yeah.
and wintertime is just like friggin' bumper cars on
Oh
Highway 2, right?
yeah.
You can, like, on a bad snowy day, for like our international listeners, I think we hold records for the largest pileups in, like, at least in Canada, man. At least in Canada. I remember one time, I'm sure it was over 100 cars
I
smashed up
I
on
remember
Highway
it.
2 leaving
Yep.
Edmonton.
Yeah.
At
There
one
there
time.
was there was on Saturday or Sunday, I think, on Trans Canada going to Banff, between Calgary and Banff. There
Yeah.
there was a huge pile up again. Like, it started snowing, and then I was reading the comments, and my favorite comment was, because there was a video of it, and then it says, this guy actually says, "I don't know why anyone has their hazard lights on." And then it got into, "Why are you calling them hazard lights? They're four-way blinkers." And I'm like, here we go down the rabbit hole of, what about it's freezing cold. It's a tragic situation. Yet these two idiots are talking about, are they blinkers, or are they four-way flashers or
Yeah,
hazard
yeah.
lights? And I'm just thinking, why do I live here? Like,
Yes, I don't know,
so
man. Social media, love it or hate it, it's here to stay. It's here to stay.
I
Yeah.
love it.
But lessons for everybody. Stop arguing on social media. Stop starting fights on social media.
That's right.
Observe and just let it go.
That's
You're never going to win that fight. You're
Well,
never going to win that fight. You're better
and you know
off
what?
just not to partake.
And we can tie that right back into how we started. Why not just have a positive attitude regardless, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
any situation, doesn't matter what it is. Take a look at it and go, put a positive spin on it and call it a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And just be consistent, right? Win your awards, do your
Yeah,
stuff,
that's right.
achieve your dreams. But the funny thing is that you just can't really stop. Like, at the end of
No,
the
you can't.
day, that's it. That's game over. You lose when you quit. And so You have to celebrate the moments. I'm going to celebrate my moment today, Colin, but I'm going to show up and I'm going to produce my Sunday show, and I'm going to produce this show, and I'm going to continue producing shows.
And you're going to go for the gold.
And I'm going to go for the gold.
That's right.
And that takes us to the end of today's show, Mr. Harms. Why don't you close us out?
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody, for listening. For all you people, whoever they may be, you can find us on ah.live on the internet, YouTube. Just search us, just Authentic Live or Authentic Hustle Live, and you'll find us. There's myself, Kelly, and VJ. VJ will be back next week. VJ, we miss you. Maybe you're watching. I don't know.
He probably is watching, and he's wishing he was here because this was a great conversation.
Hey, VJ, sorry you missed out, but that'll teach you next time you'll be here. No, I'm just kidding. He's just taking a break. Anyway, until next week, see you later.
Later, hustlers.